Welcome back to Hermitcraft. All right. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm glad to report that these villagers have continued to do their breeding best. And so much so that there's been a 2 or 3 dozen of them come through, of these guys. And there's a reasonable amount of profit coming out of the deal, because, like, for example, this guy is a stinking cartographer, so I'm saving him for when I feel like messing around with selling paper and such like. And then, I'll keep him long as he is willing to continue selling, and then when he gets uppity, he takes a nice long ride. And then this guy down here, this one in particular, he's got Fortune 2, Looting 1, yeah, and Lure 3. We don't care about Lure, and I'm not particularly thrilled about Fortune 1, but he's got the Looting 3 for only 8 emeralds and 1 book. Not too shabby of a price. Now, I realize it could be Looting 2 or 3 would be a whole lot better, but yeah. In any event, I've done enough trading to get myself about, a whole, 3.5, 4 stacks worth of emeralds, and then I proceeded to use them up, getting 8 pairs of Looting 1, which will become 8 books of Looting 2, which will become 4 books of Looting 3, which, that's good. That's what I wanted. It's a little bit more roundabout than I like, but I'll take it. Okay. Now, I'm going to shut that off for the time being, because I'm not necessarily going to be right-handy. And, the way these villagers are, and their little 32 block range, you have to be within 32 blocks, so they're not going to be moving around. Not a big fan of that, but as a result, whenever there's breeding to be going on, I usually AFK right up there with the villagers, right in that breeding area, so that I know that I'm there if they should start doing what I want. Meanwhile, I need to do some work out here. Long overdue work, actually. And yeah, you can tell what the foundation of this place is. You know what I need? I need something to put all this stuff in, because I'm going to end up with tons of it. Alright, a couple of chests. A few of those. There we go. In fact, this one can hold all of this stuff. And that one's for dirt. Okay. Although I do need a little bit of this stuff on me. Okay, now let's see. And here's where we start with 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that right? Yeah. 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 I should have been working on this a long time ago to get these things done. But I've always been, well, let's put it this way, I've been kind of particular about this entire build ever since I started it. And the idea is I had a really particular idea of how I wanted it to look and how I wanted everything to be just right about it. And so I've spent a lot of time debating every little aspect of construction. And that doesn't make for getting anything done quickly, I'll guarantee you that. Hello. Wouldn't it be nice? Oh, that's right. They supposedly have fixed ghost blocks in an upcoming release. We shall see how accurate that turns out to be. I hope it's every bit as great as it promises to be. But of course, we're not going to know that until it happens. Anyway, yeah, I've been very particular about this build the whole time, and I spend a lot of time debating every little stage of construction. For every hour or two of doing something on it, I probably spend 4 or 5 looking at it and considering different possibilities along the way. It's just one of those things. Oh, brief pause. Okay. Anyway, yeah. The long and the short of it is that all my care about not screwing it up, and that's basically what it is. I don't want to screw the thing up. I really don't want to screw it up. And so all of my concern about not doing that, it kind of slows down my doing anything. And why do these stairs look kind of almost wrong? They don't look right. I don't know why. Anyway, and as far as the house construction is going, I'm thinking at this point I might put 1 or 2 more and then call it and stop, because I don't exactly want this to be a city. It's not that populous of an area, you know, and it was never supposed to even look that way. So almost certainly I'm probably just about finished with putting stuff down in there. All right, give me these. Instead of making a new one, let's just go over here and use one of these. In fact, I can pick it up and take it with me. Yeah, that'll be good for right now. As I continue this long overdue get it done thing. And also I have to point out that, or address a question actually, that somebody recently asked, how come I'm not doing so much Hermitcraft? Well, partly it has to do with I've got something going on in real life that is kind of getting in the way, and it's a priority thing, so I can't just put it to one side and do Hermicraft instead. Much as I might like to be able to, because this is not exactly something I want to be doing in particular. It just needs to be done. But anyway, there's also the thing about Hermit Skies, and that's taking up a certain amount of time because I started late in that thing, and I would kind of like to get done as much of it as I can, which is why I've been going 3 days a week with that, and I've actually toyed with going 4 days a week with it, just to try to get more stuff done, and so on. So that's what the situation is with all of that. And meanwhile, I'm still excessively debating too much about every aspect of this build. And yeah, but I figured the least I could do is I could at least get this walkway going on and get pieces of this thing done that I know need to be done. And then, of course, there's parts of it that I'm not 100% looking forward to, like, for example, the tree farms, both for birch and for oak. I don't want to just pull them up. I need to move them underground, and that means digging a large cavern-like area about 8 blocks tall, 6 blocks or 7, say about 7 or 8 blocks wide, and as long as I need it to be for however many trees. Well, 8 blocks tall, 6 blocks wide, and 6 blocks of length for every tree. That's the rule. It maximizes the number of saplings produced, which guarantees that you always have enough. Alright, I'm just going to bring this pretty much right up to the wall here. And as you can probably guess, it is eventually going to be matched up or hooked up with this piece. Yeah. Whoa. All right. Not bad. All right. I should have enough stairs to do a good chunk of this at least. Oh. You know how it is when you want a particular thing to be perfect. You want it to be just so, and everything has to be A1 about it. And you don't want any of it to look like you just kind of sloughed off and said, yeah. You know, you don't want any of it to look like that. And I think that's wrong, isn't it? Yeah, those stairs need to go all the way right up against the wall. Okay, so like so, with the exception of right there, that one needs to have the more structural look of that. I don't actually need to fill that all the way in down there. I'm running out of stairs again. And of course, I got a crafting table and then I dropped it down here. Didn't I? No, I still had it with me, but it doesn't matter. Whatever. How about get over here in the middle with it? Okay. Is it just me, or is those stone brick stairs changed? Or has it got something to do with the angle I'm putting them up at? No, doesn't seem like it. I don't know. Something about them seems different, which is weird because there's no reason for that. Anyway, at least I'm getting something done here. I kind of felt not great about not getting so much done, anywhere near as much done as I would have liked to. But I'm getting there. As several people have been known to tell me in the past, don't beat yourself up, just do what you can and to heck with the rest of it. Take care of what you can and let the rest of it take care of itself, or something like that. Anyway, I really wish I could stop doing that. But it's a thing with Minecraft, or frankly any block placing game. Any game in which you're placing blocks, you're inevitably going to place some of them wrong. It just happens. It's the way it works. Alright. Anyway, got a decent bunch of progress here tonight. And who knows? I might even go totally crazy and make a whole bunch more progress like tomorrow. Wouldn't that be an amazing idea? I thought so. Okay, in actual practice, I realized I didn't necessarily get a huge amount done. I spent more time yakking than anything else, I suppose. But sometimes that's just the way of it. In the meantime, I am going to probably harvest up more of the birch and go through and harvest all of the oak again, because I'm desperately low. I'm always desperately low on oak. You know, I've got a chest in there storing it, and it's almost always out of it. In any event, thanks for watching. Take it easy. I am out of here.